You have $1 billion and now you have to make a will. Do you leave your children all the money, some money, none money? What do you do? I'm DJ Tony. I'm your host. Hey, this episode powered by ChatGPT because I don't like to think anymore. I just use ChatGPT. Okay, so I saw a post that said that Shaquille O'Neal, the famous basketball player, said something to the effect of, now I don't know if he said this or not, but it sounds like he probably would have, and I'll pull up the quote. Allegedly he said this, but I can see this happening. He said, and I quote, "My kids are older now. They're kind of upset with me. Not really upset, but they don't understand. I tell them all the time, we ain't rich, I'm rich." So what would you do? Now listen, most people, we're all middle class, people living paycheck to paycheck, all that shit. But I mean, if you had, I don't know, set aside, or 1,000,000, 2,000,000, 5,000,000, 10,000,000, 500,000,000, a billion, 10 billion, what, a part of it is the dollar amount, but part of it is the premise. Like, would you leave your children all the money? Unhinged, just do what the hell you want with it. Some of the money, none of the money. Like, what would you do? Put in the comment section below. I want to know. Me, I have a will, and I'm not Shaquille O'Neal money, but anyways, money's relative too, right? I mean, it's like, but you could make the argument, look, hey, all I got is $100 to my name. I don't know. Then yeah, it's true. It's not really life-changing money. You can leave it to your kids. Don't say shit. Here, it's for you. Split it. How many ways, how many kids you have. But if it's not $100 and it's 100 million, then I mean, I don't know. I think many parents, maybe even most, maybe 51%, maybe more, would say, yeah, whatever, just take it all and do what you want. Me personally, I think that's a bad steward of money. And it doesn't have to even be when you die. I know people who have trust funds for their kids, and the mother and the father, they're still alive, and they're just bankrolling their kids who are in their 20s and 30s. And the kids just fucking do nothing, pretty much, and they just live off mommy and daddy. I mean, trust fund babies. But, and Shaquille O'Neal brings up a good point here, a good situation. So for me, whether will or just, hey, you got money and your kids, you have kids, family, like what is enough? Is there a line? Or do you give them whatever they want, when they want, how they want? Or you draw a line, you can have how much what? Do you know what I mean? So part of it is, yeah, what you give them when you're alive, and part of them is what you're going to give them when you die. I don't know. For me, as a parent, I want my kid, or if I had kids, I would want my kids, we'll say kids, right? I'll speak for myself. I want my kids to want to work. My opinion, as a former teacher too, you don't want to give your kids everything. Now you hear a lot of parents say, "Oh no, I don't give them everything." Meanwhile, you do. They have how many pairs of sneakers? They drive the latest friggin' car. They don't have a job, and they're like 23. You know what I mean? Even 18. Like, they're going to college, but they're not straight A honor roll. They got fucking time to work. So, like, again, every family is different. But I think for me, I'd be like, look, yeah, we'll buy you a flip phone so you can communicate and text. You don't need a smartphone. Who said that? We go on vacation. We fly first class. You fly coach. Not to say they're going to stay in a crappy hotel, but we'll help you get a car when you're 17. We're not going to buy you a car. You got to do some kind of work for this car. Like that. Yeah, we could get you a Ferrari. We could get you a brand new Mercedes. We could get you a brand new Honda. We're not. You're going to work, and we'll get you something safe, that reliable, but you're not getting the new car. Stuff like that. I mean? Like, hey, we got you a pair of sneakers. You want another pair? Okay, well, do chores if you're 10 years old, or get a job if you're 17 and get your own second pair of sneakers. Because I think you make someone a weak adult when you just give. And this doesn't even necessarily have to be about being rich. I know a lot of poor people who spoil their kids, and some of them are in my family, and it's just like, like, wow, you're like, No one says no to these fucking kids, and they're just lazy. You know what I mean? And so I think that, yeah, so a lot of it's mindset, a lot of it's premise, but back to also saying, well, when you die, right? Like, yeah, I mean, if I had $1 billion and I have, you know what? If I had a billion or multiple billions like Shaq, I think this, alive or dead, I would say this, right? I'm going to pay for all my kids' schooling. If I had that kind of money, right? I'll pay for your schooling. Uh, I'll pay for your health care if you can't get it, and throughout your whole life, whether I'm alive or dead. I'll pay for your basic food, you know, um, and your basic shelter, you know, and I'm talking basic. So I don't care if I don't care if I got 50 billion. I'm not leaving you any quote unquote money, but I'll leave you resources. Like, so again, at any time in your life, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, say you want to go back to college, we got you. You can get 5 PhDs. You'll get basic housing in a basic town, in an average town. So if you got 2 kids, we'll get you a two. You always have money set aside for housing for 1 bathroom, 3 bedroom, small something. You know what I mean? You're not getting the mansion, even though we have billions. You're not getting that. You're not getting anything close to that. We're not buying you a car. You get free healthcare, free food, free basic housing, and free education at any time in your life, whenever you want. Everything else is on you. You want that vacation? Oh well, go get it yourself. You want that nice car? Go get it yourself. We're not getting you any car. You got to find that on yourself. But again, basic healthcare, basic food, basic place to live, and any education you want, and any college you want. And I would put fail safes in there to make sure that the future generation doesn't try to scam it. Now, the other thing is, would you give money to your kids, your great, 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 got billions of dollars? Would you take care of the lineage for eternity? I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I think I would give money, that what I just said, the free basic healthcare, and to my kids and grandkids, and then that's it. Then everybody else, it's up to them to pay it forward. And then the other billions I have are going to go to charities for people who don't have legs and arms and can't see and can't move, like, help special needs kids and families, and help people who are poor in this country, really poor. Not, I don't have a vacation. Like, shut the fuck up. So that's what I would do. What would you guys do if you had billions? How would you treat your family while you're alive with the billions and after you die with the billions? I want to know. Put it in the comment section below. Bye.